Hi everyone, it's Karen Whooley, and welcome to this week's Team Whooleygan live chat. It's August 4th, and I cannot believe that we are already in August. August 4th is also a special day for us in our family. We are exactly 30 days out from my daughter's wedding, so it's going to be a crazy month. So anyway, before we get started with today's show, I just want to go through my usual morning or my usual beginning sequence. And I just want to let everybody know, if this is the first time you're watching, make sure, wrong one. Make sure you visit my website at KarenWhooley.com. You can learn everything there is to know about me, all the patterns I do, the classes I teach, the books I write, things like that. And while you're there, we'll go back to this one now. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. This is a direct link to the newsletter subscription page, but you can also find at the bottom of every page on my website, the subscription bar. So go ahead and subscribe. All newsletter subscribers get 25% off all new released patterns, discounts on books, and you're the first to know about new classes and things like that happening. If you're not watching this on YouTube, this is my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up on this video so that more people will actually see this video on YouTube, so we can grow Team Whooleygan. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. At Karen Whooley is my handle there. It's where I'm most active, although I haven't been so active recently because of all the wedding stuff. So, but I am going to be on and off there as much as possible in the next month. If you are not watching this on Rumble, this is my Rumble channel. After I do the lives, I always upload the live video to Rumble, so you can watch it there as well. You can subscribe there. Make sure you subscribe there as well. Actually, my Rumble channel now is larger than my YouTube channel. So I have more followers there than I do on YouTube, but I can't live stream there. So that's why I always upload. And if you're not watching this on Facebook, this is my official Facebook page. Go ahead and give me a follow there as well. And I always simultaneously stream this video on YouTube and on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to the chat room and see who's all here. Let's see. Okay, Linda and Brad are here. Yay! Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up too, everybody. Good morning, Pat. It's good to see you. And good morning, Renee. Glad you're here as well. It's been kind of an interesting week. We are starting to really get the all the smoke from all the fires here in the West. We've got them above us in British Columbia and below us in Oregon. So we've gotten a lot of smoke, so you can hear my voice. I'm struggling with all the smoke. Been running a HEPA filter in my office every day, but I have to turn it off because it's so dang loud. You guys wouldn't be able to hear me. I also have a new microphone. Can you guys hear me pretty well? Let me know how it is. This is my new microphone. It's a little snowball from Blue. If you can't hear me, let me know in the chat. But I believe everything should be working better than last week for sure. So let me know. And also, we've had a heat wave this week. Well, actually, we're still in the middle of it. So it's been interesting. I haven't left the house since Sunday. So I'm an asthmatic, you guys know. So I can't really be out in that smoke. Although today I'm actually getting my hair cut finally. So I am going to go out and brave it. But I'll probably be wearing a mask just to keep the smoke particles out, for nothing else. So, oh, and Andrea's here. Yay. Good morning, Andrea. It's good to see you. So that's kind of where I'm at this week. So if I sound funny, it's a combination of all the smoke and the heat and not being able to drink enough water, it seems like. I mean, I feel like I'm drowning myself, and I still sound terrible. So I'm really hoping that it's true that our temperatures are supposed to hit the 80s this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so let's talk about what's new in the studio first. I'm going to go back to over here for a second. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is I got some new yarn this week. I'm very excited. This is what they call a one-of-a-kind kit. A lot of dyers, what they do is they'll play with their, leftover dyes from other, regularly dyed things, and they'll create these little kits. And these are all 3 half skeins that were dyed together to make a fade almost. And it's from Nanette Wake Studio. I've used her yarn before, but here is the link to her website. This is her 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And each one of these hanks is 300 yards. So I have 600 yards here. And isn't that gorgeous? I just love the color. What really struck me is this mint green. And you guys are actually getting really good color right now. I'm using my iPhone camera, and because of the smoke, I'm not getting such bright light from my window. So you guys are getting pretty true to the colors they are. But this mint green with this rusty orange really wasn't something I ever thought about doing before. And so I said, I have to get this. So I'm going to do a project with this, even though this is a one-of-a-kind skein and she's not dyeing any more of these. I might do a pattern with them so that you have some ideas to do with one-of-a-kind skeins. But check Nanette's website out. I love this colorway. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with it yet. But it'll be sometime next year when I do this. So just so you guys know. Let's see. So a couple more people. Karen, good morning. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And Linda, pretty yarn. Yes, isn't that gorgeous? So that is what's new here in the studio. I also wanted to show you last week. I showed you that kit, or that I guess you want to call it a kit from Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. It was a gradient set, and I decided to finally wind it in the order so it was easier to store until I'm ready to use it. But this is the Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. This is her Patriot collection. It's for the 4th of July. I'm going to be doing a pattern next year with this yarn, so you probably won't see it till next year. But specifically for the 4th of July, we're doing a collaboration. So I decided I'm going to start with the red. I always work from the outside of these hanks because I find that no matter what I do when I wind things, if I pull from the center when I've got multiple minis wound together, I always end up knotting it somehow. So I always pull from the outside. So I'm going to start with the red and end with the blue. So I just thought I'd show you that. This Patriot collection is not on her website right now. It was the first time this year that she released it, and it was specifically for the 4th of July, and she won't be releasing it again until next year. So, but I wanted to let you know about her, and I have her link right there at the bottom of the screen. So I thought I'd show that I did wind this. So there you go. I got a couple more comments over here. I'm going to go check them out and see. Love the yarn from Karen. Yeah, I do too. That's why I always like to show you what's new in the studio, because I want you guys to find out about new dyers, dyers that I use, and just, actually see some of these yarns before I even start designing with them. I mean, you guys can see behind me some of the stuff I've got going on. Some of it is just waiting for me to just say, okay, I know what you're going to be. And others are there. They're in the queue ready to go. So with that, I just wanted to let you know about that one. And Linda says, I love that patriotic yarn. I do too. I really think it's cool. And when I wound it, I just really liked how cool it was. They're 80, I think they're 87 yards, except for one. One is only a 10-gram hank. because she actually did the yardage and the number. She did 13 hanks, so 13 minis. And then the yardage was, I can't remember if it was the year. I have it all written down. That's why I don't know. But it's the year we became the United States. And then that's the total yardage, I think. I have to remember now. And then 13 hanks for the 13 original colonies. So I thought it was kind of cool idea what she did. So there you go. And if you're not an American watching this video, I apologize, but this is something I'm going to do for, well, you can buy it even if you're not a U.S. Resident. So it's not like you can't buy it, but that's what it's for. It's for the 4th of July. Okay, so let's talk about my works in progress. Pat actually asked me a couple weeks ago about my baby sweater. It's done and it's off the blocking board. It's not done yet, but it's done blocking. The reason being, I need to put the button placket on here. That's all that's really left. And I can't decide, and I wanted to see what you guys thought. I was originally going to put button placket all the way down and then have buttons all the way down to make it a true cardigan. But now that I look at it, I'm kind of thinking I might just do buttons up here at the yoke and then leave. I'm not going to leave these just ragged edges. I'll probably put like a single crochet or maybe do a solid button placket here on both sides so that it's just a nice even closure, but only buttons at the top. So does anybody have an idea what they would like to see if they were going to make this sweater for a child? It's going to be made for 3 months, 6 months, let's see, 3, 6, 12, 18 months, and then 2T, 4T, and I believe 6T. So if you have any opinions, I'd love to hear them. So go ahead and put it in the chat if you have any opinions about what you do as far as the buttons are concerned on this. I keep going back and forth and I can't decide. So anybody got a suggestion or what they would like to see? I always like to get your input on stuff like that. I'm going to have some coffee here while you guys think about it. Okay, Karen likes the idea of only the top part with the buttons. You know, I'm starting to lean that way. I really am. Would you, Karen, answer, would you put like the same widths, kind of like a border at the bottom, or would you just like finish it off with just a row of single crochet? What do you think on that? Linda says, I think 1, 2, or 3 buttons at the top. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like 3, maybe 4 on the bigger sizes. You guys, okay. So this is where my mind was going. So you guys are all saying personally like the buttons on the yoke. Would you guys put the edging all the way down now, or would you guys just finish off the edge here at the middle or at the end of the yoke? Let me show you guys. So the yoke's got a nice straight edge, but when you get down to the texture, it's got this ruffled edge a little bit, and I don't know if I like that or not. Would you just put the yoke up here and leave it ruffled? Would you put a finishing edge? Would you put the whole width of the buttons? How I'm going to put the buttons on? What do you think? Be glad to hear whatever you guys think. Take it. That's what I was wondering too, because usually when I do the trim for the buttons, I usually start with single crochet going all the way down, and then I do the actual where I sew the buttons on and the buttonholes going this direction. So what do you think? Okay, so a simple section, a single crochet from the button section. You like the ruffled edge, so just a button band at the top. If the placket's scalloped, then all the way down. It won't be scalloped. It'll just be straight. I like a finished button strip so baby doesn't snag the sweater. Right. It'll be a finished button strip up here in the yoke, but I'm thinking all the way down. What do you think? I kind of like the ruffled edge, and I kind of feel like it needs to be finished. I'm going 2 different directions right now with it, and it's making me a little crazy. So that's why I thought I'd bring it to you guys and see what you thought. Because there's times that I look at it, and I was thinking of actually crocheting it. Not crocheting it, but actually doing just the yoke button band and leaving it ruffled and see what I think. And then if I don't like it, I can always rip it out and then do, because I have enough yarn to be able to do that. I have a whole hank that I didn't even break into. So what do you think, guys? Oh, and I should show you, I think I showed you these. Did I show you these? These are the buttons I bought. I need to. That's the color I'm pulling from the sweater. So that's what I can't decide. I've got enough to go all the way down the sweater, but I'm not sure that I want to do that anymore. And you guys have kind of made that clear that that's probably the better way to do it. Margaret, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm glad you popped in. Okay, so Linda says it's a good idea. See how it looks one way, and if you don't like it, try the other way. So Margaret, I don't know if you saw me talking, but this would be a good place for you to I don't know if you guys know Margaret, but she is a designer, and she's one of my most favorite people in the whole world. But Margaret, I'm doing a baby sweater. I can't decide if I'm going to do buttons all the way down, buttons just at the yoke, and then if I do the buttons just at the yoke, should I finish off, oops, can't find it there. Should I finish off these ruffled edges? Can't decide. So I'm asking my followers here what they think. Thank you, Margaret. I'm glad you like it. Let me show the buttons here really fast. I just dropped them. Those are the buttons that I'm going to use. I'm pulling out the lime green out of the yarn. So can't decide. But I'm thinking everybody here is telling me to do the buttons only at the yoke. So now it's pretty much figure out if I'm going to put the bands all the way down or not. Okay, so that's first project I'm working on. Second project, like I mentioned before, my daughter's getting married in 30 days from today. Cannot believe it. My little baby is getting married. But she asked me, and I think I mentioned this last week, she asked me to crochet her garter for the wedding. It's going to be her something blue, and she just doesn't like the ones you buy in the store, and she really doesn't like the ones I have actual patterns for that I bought over the years. But I am using, I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is from Annie's when they were Annie's Attic. I got this in the 80s, and you can probably tell by the front picture there. But it's wedding keepsakes, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Everything from, let me see if I can find the other pictures. Here we go. So you can do, so there's the garter, oops, this side. The garter that I'm going to be basing her garter off of. I'm using the sizing and stuff like that from this picture or from this garter. I'm going to do a little bit different lace. And then it's got, you know, the parasol, and it's got the band for the veil, and it's got, let's see what else we have in here. A wedding sachet, a mother's corsage, a groom's boutonniere, which both my daughter just laughed when I said if she wanted me to make any of these for her. She just laughed. You know, she's truly not a traditional bride. And here's a few more things. They have a ring bearer pillow and gloves, and let's see, what else do I have here? A net cup, the bride's bouquet. Yeah, that my daughter's not that way at all. But this is what I'm going to do. But we're doing it in off-white, and I just started it yesterday and then realized that the measurements are a little short for a garter that's going to be cinched up. I don't know if you guys can see, but it starts with like a little filet crochet type beading in the middle, and then I'll put lace on both sides. And she wants just a simple shell lace, nothing really fancy. But it's off-white because her dress is off-white. So I'm working on that, but she's supposed to, and she told me yesterday she was going to do it. She's 2 hours away right now. That she was going to measure her leg and let me know so I know how much bigger I need to make it. So that's kind of been put on hold. Okay, so Margaret said, I just finished a baby sweater last night. I put buttons only on yoke. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Well, I don't know if all of us will be able to see it, Margaret, but go ahead and try putting it in and let me see what happens. I'm using a streaming software, so I'm not sure if it'll show up on my screen when you put the picture, but go ahead and try. That would be great. In the meantime, I have one other project that I'm working on, and you guys have seen the yarn before. I think I've shown you the yarn before, but I'm working on a new project for next year. This will be coming next year. So a partial shawl here. You can see that. The yarn is Smutzarella yarns. I should put this on my desk. Smutzarella yarns. I have her website on the bottom of the screen. And the colorway is called Baby It's Cold Outside. It's her fingering weight dude yarn. Each hank is 400 yards, 100 grams. And it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. So Smutzarella, before I moved to this side of the state last year, she was literally like 15 minutes from my house. So she and I would have coffee all the time, and she showed me her new colorways. She's the one I have shown you before. This is her one of her gradient mini packs. She calls them the morphing minis. This is what I used for my Queen of Hearts shawl, for those of you who have seen those before. Seen that one before. But she's probably my all-time favorite dyer. So if you are interested in her yarns, definitely check out her website. She's dyeing again. She was having a little trouble during COVID trying to get especially the mini space. But she is dyeing again now, and I know she's running her what do they call it? Movie lovers club, something like that, where she every month she does a colorway based on some cult movie. She's done Rocky Horror Picture Show. She's done the Harry Potter series. She's done. She also does music. So. She has what she does with her one-of-a-kind skeins is when she dyes her one-of-a-kind skeins, she puts them in groups of 3, and they have lyrics. Their names are lyrics from a particular song that she's thinking about at that point. So definitely check out Smutzarella if you haven't already. And if you've been to the Crochet Guild of America, she did vend in Portland, 4 years ago now? I can't remember when we were in Portland. In fact, I forgot to mention my t-shirt. I just got this. I wasn't able to attend the show, but I wanted to support CGOA. So I'm going to put up the CGOA website here. Crochet Guild of America is crochet.org. But they had their conference virtually this year. And with all my cancer treatments, I just didn't even pitch this year because I didn't know what was going to be happening. So, and it's a good thing I didn't pitch because right in the middle of it all, I was in the middle of my maintenance treatments. So I wouldn't have been in any state to actually teach classes. So, but this is the conference t-shirt. So I had to support them in some way this year. So if you're interested in finding out more about the Crochet Guild of America, there's their website. So make sure you check them out as well. Okay, comments here. Oh, that's okay, Margaret. I just saw no provision for adding picture. That's okay. No worries. And Renee says, love that yarn. I'm assuming you're talking about this yarn, right? The Baby It's Cold Outside. It's a kind of a tonal blue, but with a lot of white in there. It's hard to see. Here, maybe as I get close to the lace, you can kind of see where there's like white spots in there. So that is something I'm going to be releasing next year. Guys, I'm starting to work on next year's projects. I've got everything that I'm releasing this year completely done. So I'm like, yes. So I just have layout and photography for a couple of them and things like that. So, and so I'm working on next year. Orange yarn. But love that. Oh, you love this yarn. Is this the one, Renee? Is this the one you were talking about? Or is there something else? Oh, this one. Maybe this one. It's not really, it looks orange. It's actually red. It's the Ghost of Miss Scarlet from Clue. This is another movie she worked with. So there you go, Renee. Okay, the gradient. So yeah, she's got, if you want gradient yarns that are in minis and you want them to just transition smoothly, Schmutzerella is your girl. I'm telling you. She has the best gradient packs. And they're small. She does, let's see, 552 yards total. They're 92 yard hanks for each color. And the way she dyes them, they are so smooth. So I highly, if you're looking for something that transitions gradually, she's your girl. I tell you, she is your girl. And she'll even, if you haven't seen my Queen of Hearts shawl, and I don't have it here right now, I did one gradient pack that went from a very light gray to almost black. And then she dyes bridging minis. So I got a full-on black mini that bridged the other gradient pack, which was from a super almost black red to bright red. And then I ended up having to add more red to the bottom. So she had a full skein that actually was part of that gradient. It would, if she would have done 7 in that pack, the color I used to finish the shawl would have been in that pack at that next point. So she's very good at dyeing full hanks and minis that all work together. So she's amazing. I just love her stuff. So, okay. So now I wanted to talk to you guys about, I'm in, and if you've been on my newsletter for a while, you guys know that every year in September, I always send out a survey to all of my newsletter subscribers. And I'm getting ready to start thinking about what I want to talk about this year. And so what I've been doing is I've been planning, kind of not full on planning, but kind of an idea of where I want to go in the next year. Because usually September is when I start thinking about the new year. So what I'm planning now is going to start happening the end of the year usually, or January 1st on. So one of the things I'm planning for next year is I'm going to up my video game. So I'm not just going to be doing these lives. I'm going to be doing videos on how to. We've talked about before, you guys are looking for stitches, how to do certain stitches, how to do, maybe simple projects, that kind of thing. But my question for you that I'd like to talk about for the rest of this, this live is, how do we even say it? What is it about video that you don't like? So is it that people talk too fast? Is it that they don't show you enough times repeat what they're doing? Is it just you don't like video format? Is it you are hard of hearing and you'd like to have closed caption, I'm starting to do closed caption. Also, there's with this video, I'm probably going to be starting, especially since now I know kind of what my treatments are going to be like through June next year. I may not be traveling as much, so I'll be doing some standalone classes that you can purchase, or I'm actually going to do a couple free classes too. I've got some ideas on that, but I'm kind of like to know if you like standalone classes that you can purchase and you can watch anytime you want, or are you interested in doing a subscription type program, kind of like Craftsy does, where you pay so much a month, or you can pay up front for a whole year and you have access to all the video. What type of thing? I know Sweet Georgia does, hers are all done as a membership site, and she calls it the School of Sweet Georgia. I don't know if any of you guys know Sweet Georgia. She's a yarn company. Felicia Lowe, she's a yarn company. She has a whole line of Sweet Georgia yarns, but she's also created this school where she talks about dyeing and knitting and weaving and spinning and all sorts of stuff. So, and that part of it is pretty much all of it is subscription. She does have some free videos out there, but I'm curious with video. I mean, I'm not that I'm going to do it all paid, because that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to share knowledge freely with you guys as well. But I'm curious, what don't you like about video? Do you like subscription plans? Do you like buying classes standalone? Give me some ideas here, guys. I kind of know what I want to do, but I want to hear what you guys, because you guys are the ones that are here every week and know what I do, and you follow along. Oh, and I forgot, there's one more thing I need to share with you, but let's talk about this first. Especially what you don't like about video. What things have you found in videos that you don't like? Guys are so quiet. Usually I have opinions flying everywhere. Hi, Anna Louisa. I just saw you. I just saw you there, and I'm glad you liked my shawl. I just saw that too. Just popped up. I just looked. So it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Anybody got suggestions? Nothing? Do you like subscription plans, or would you rather just see them standalone? Here we go. I know this is going to sound rude, but I don't care for videos. You're the only person I watch. Oh, Anna Louisa, thank you. I appreciate that. What is it about videos that you don't care for? Give me an idea of what it is you don't like about it. Okay, so Linda says, I love video classes, either live or pre-recorded. I like videos that play straight through. If I watch Craftsy on my iPad, it stops at every chapter and I have to go to the next one. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I know that is the way their platform works. So as a Craftsy instructor, I can tell you that is intentional, because they want you to be able to process what you just watched. And usually what they're expecting, and I know this isn't true because I've talked to too many people who have taken my classes, is that they watch it all the way through. And what Craftsy thinks you're going to do is you're going to crochet along with the class step by step by step. And that's why it does what it does. Renee says, I don't like too much nonsensical talk on videos. So when you say nonsensical talk, that means, so let's say I'm teaching you how to do foundation single crochets. And as I'm working across the row, you don't like me talking about anything other than what I'm doing. Is that what you're saying about nonsensical? Or non-essential, sorry, nonsensical. Guys, I'm still this 2 weeks out from my last treatment, and my brain is still a little weird. So, okay. So Anna Louisa says too much talking, or too much yakking. So you want, basically, if you're watching a video, you would prefer that the talk is just about what I'm doing and not everything else. So like my live videos I kind of talk about everything. But when I'm teaching, you like just what I'm talking about. If it's live video, I like interaction with you and other people. Oh yeah, I think that's too. Pat, what do you love about video instruction? Give me some details. I know you love it, but why? What Renee Bryant said. Okay. Like short to the point videos on specific techniques. Okay. So you are one of those people who would like me to do maybe how to do a specific stitch like I do with some of my patterns, or how to I don't know, maybe how to weave in ends, or how to sew a seam, or that kind of thing. You don't want a full class on like how to make socks. So tell me if I'm wrong there. Or how to crochet a shawl or something like that. So let me know about that. The original Craftsy didn't do that, and neither did Blueprint. I hardly watch it anymore because it's annoying. Yeah, no, I know Craftsy would allow you to just keep going. The original Craftsy. When I was talking about before where it stops, it's the new people who own Craftsy that was purposely done. Anna Louisa says yes. Okay, so okay. Okay, like button blankets. Okay, I can do that. Like how to put them on, how to sew. Okay, so you like just basic, short, sweet. This is how to do this particular technique. It doesn't have to be a full-blown class. Speaking of classes, did you ever give a code for Foundations 102 class? I know you had a problem with Zoom. Just curious because I would like to watch it again. No, I could not get that to download. So unfortunately, I don't have, I thought I had it downloaded. Remember, I think I talked to you about it on that Foundations 102 class. Thought I downloaded it, but it didn't come out. So I don't know what was going on with that particular class, but I don't have it. But I am planning to do stuff with those foundations. So stay tuned. Like how to do a reverse single crochet, things like that. Okay, cool. So you're just basically one topic videos is what you're looking for, Renee. You're not looking for a class on a technique of, that I usually would teach at a live event maybe, or like my sock class or my sweater class, things like that. Okay. Pat says they're just easier to follow rather than just trying to figure out a written pattern, especially a technique. Okay. So with video like this, so if I release a pattern like I did with Queen of Hearts, and I did a series of 4 videos for different techniques I used in that pattern, is that what you're looking at? Those kinds of things to figure out a pattern? Because I am not the kind of person that would ever keep a camera rolling the whole time as I'm crocheting a shawl. I would only do the important stuff. So like for pattern, when I'm talking about patterns in that case. So I know there's some people out there that will crochet the entire project on video, and I just think that's a waste of my time and a waste of your time to actually try to do a whole project on video. I mean, the important parts, yeah, and show you how they work together, but not one big long video. So Renee would like longer videos too. Okay. Shorter videos with the technique, longer videos for classes. And that's kind of what I'm thinking with classes. Yes, to support your patterns. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that's what that's what I'm doing going forward with all my new patterns, is if there's something that's not usual that I do, or if they're like, I have a pattern coming out this month that is for the local yarn shop tour, and I did a special video for it because it uses a technique that my the shop that I did the pattern for asked if I could show how I did that. So I did that for her, and then I also was asked to do certain things for Queen of Hearts. So I did those as well. And there's I think the last 2 patterns that are coming out this year won't have video because there's really no need. But starting in the new year, you're going to see more video and maybe even Zooms for Zoom class, like a free Zoom class that I'll do when I release the pattern. That's just a thought I'm thinking about. I'm trying to figure out the logistics for that, but those are the kind of things too that I'm thinking about doing. So, okay. So you guys are interested in both, like little freebie one-offs, like I just did one on foundation single crochet. I just released it a couple weeks ago. So that was just like a one-off kind of thing. But then you are also interested in seeing longer videos or classes. One of the things I did a couple years ago, 3, maybe more than that now, I did like a video on 3 ways to make a slip knot. And then I did another longer video that was everything you need to know about the chain stitch. So those are a little bit longer videos. I think those are like 10-minute videos at least. I think one of them's 15 because I go into depth about like the chain stitch and what the front and the back and how to make the chain and what is actually a chain and what is just a loop on the hook and what is a knot and, you know, that kind of thing. So, so it makes it a little longer, and those are more for beginners, but that's what I'm thinking about with when you say longer videos. That's what I'm thinking, where I put, you know, I take one subject like the chain and I talk about everything there is to know about the chain. Does that make sense? I don't know. Summer flower. Oh, Pat, you should have emailed me. I had no idea that you're getting that. After the live is over, shoot me an email and tell me exactly what you're getting and what the link is that you're using, because I want to, with the switch over to the new site, there could be a little issue. So I want to make sure that it's working right. But that's good to know that you're having trouble getting that page. Because I know that page is live. I have that page live. It's a hidden page. That's the other thing, guys, is I'm going to be starting with patterns going forward, probably in 2022, that you are only going to be able to access a video page if you purchased the pattern. And the way I do my patterns now, even if you're getting a free pattern for like the local yarn shop tour, when the local yarn shop tour this year starts here in Washington, instead of handing people the free pattern, they're giving the download codes. And so what those people are going to do is they're going to go to my website, they're going to download the pattern, but in order to download the pattern, they have to go through my shopping cart system. And my shopping cart system is going to flag them and say, hey, they bought this even though it was free. And so they have access to the videos, but only because they bought the pattern. So that people who are not buying the pattern or don't download it from my website can't get the pattern, if that makes sense. So but that's going to start probably for sure with this local yarn shop tour, and then in January, anything new going forward, if there's anything else there. So, okay. Okay, Linda says, yes, that makes sense. Renee says, for example, I'm doing your sweater pattern. I watch videos on mattress stitch and want to reverse single crochet. Right. And I don't have videos on that yet, or do I? Do I have mattress stitch? I think I did one on the live. I think I showed you guys how to do a mattress stitch. I can't remember how long ago that was. And I haven't done one on reverse single crochet, but I do, that's on my list to do. Both of those are on my list, but especially reverse single crochet, because over the years, I've learned a lot of things about how to do reverse single crochet and make it come out even. Okay, so the link in the digital pattern. Okay, I'll check it out. But Pat, send me an email because I will forget. my cancer treatment brain will make me forget. So that's why I'm saying send me an email. Speaking of the new site, when I checked my previous purchases, okay, that is because I went from Shopify to WordPress. When you go from two completely different systems, there's no way to load what you purchased previously. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. That's why you had to create new accounts and why I had to manually do your rewards points. That's just the way the site works. I apologize. Okay. Okay. Oh, you did email me. That's right. Okay. See, Pat, this is what I'm telling you. I know the page is live. I'll have to look. Let me, again, email me again to remind me, and I will check it out and find out what's going on. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just leave it at that for right now. Okay, Anna Louisa says, keep the links safe for those who buy patterns or free to go through your site. You can keep tabs on those people better than just handing out the print pattern. Does this even make sense? Oh yeah, that's exactly why the local yarn shop is doing what they're doing this year. Well, actually the whole tour is doing that. A lot of people are using Ravelry. I don't use Ravelry because of the accessibility issues. I have my own issues now. I went to look at somebody else's pattern and I got a migraine. So I really understand why there's an issue with Ravelry, and I won't use it at all anymore. So, that's why we're doing it, so we can keep tabs of who's buying what. And I'm going to have some new things happening in the new year. You'll start hearing about them late November, early December. But I have some new things happening in the new year that I couldn't do on Shopify. It would have cost me like a mortgage payment to be able to do it on Shopify every year. So I went back to WordPress and rebuilt the site from the ground up. And there's actually now ways for me to keep track in WordPress and my newsletter software who buys what pattern too, so that for example, let's say you bought my Queen of Hearts shawl and I have another shawl that's using those same gradient type of things that's coming out, I can target just those people who bought Queen of Hearts to let them know first that there's a new shawl coming out it's very similar in construction to Queen of Hearts. Does that make sense? So that's another thing I'm doing. So there's a lot more flexibility and less cost in WordPress when I do it myself. And I'm actually hoping that next year I'll be able to hire a website person to help me with some of the things that are going to happen even farther into the future. So I have a lot of things happening that in the background that I can't share yet. So, but yeah, that's kind of where it's at. So we still have about 10 minutes. If you guys still have comments about the videos and stuff like that, go ahead and put them in the comments. But I want to share one thing that I completely forgot about till just a few minutes ago. I have something new on my website, and I'm going to show it to you here in just a sec. Just let me change the screen here. I now have Team Whooleygan swag. I'm going to put the whole screen up. There we go. So if you look here at the top of my website, I now have a swag section where you can buy Team Whooleygan t-shirts or you can buy Team Whooleygan mugs. That's all I've got right now. There's going to be more coming. I just thought I'd start with these 3 things just to see if anybody's interested in them. So I actually should be getting my team. I ordered one of these Team Whooleygan shirts when I set my card up, but I ordered it in this color. But what's really cool about it is you can choose your size first, and I have the size chart down here below everything so you can figure it out, and it gives you all the details about the shirts down there. So you can choose your size first. So let's say you're a large, and then it'll tell you what colors are in stock. So I've got 4 colors in stock on this in large. So, and what's really cool is that you order it through me and you're paying me directly. But what it also does is it submits it to a different company out there that works with WordPress. And they actually print it and ship it to you, but it'll have my address on it and when you get it. So I've got this type of shirt. I've got the long sleeve shirts, which it takes a second to load here. The long sleeve shirt. And I did them in unisex sizes because I know they tend to run a little bit bigger. And the unisex comes in 3 colors. And then if you go to the mugs, I have 1 mug right now. Eventually I want to have more because they have some really cool ones, but I want to see how this works first. And you can get the mug, same thing. So if you're interested in sharing your love of Team Whooleygan, here you go. You can see the mug. It goes all the way around the mug. And they're lead and BPA free. So if you are worried about that, you don't have to worry about it. On the mugs, it only comes in the 1 size. So that's why it only says, it says mug size 11 ounces. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you're interested in having Team Whooleygan swag, you can do that as well. Margaret says, I'm going to switch back to me here. So happy to see you looking so well. Congratulations on the upcoming wedding. Congrats on all you're doing online. You're amazing. Oh, thanks, Margaret. I'm trying. This whole pandemic has made me rethink everything I'm doing. So, and I'm sure you understand that as a designer as well. But thanks for popping in, Margaret. I appreciate it. And then, oh, the mug. I love the mug. I didn't order it. I need to order the mug. And Gina just popped in. Hello, Gina. How are you? Good to see you. So anybody else have anything else that you want to do? Oh, you know what, Anna Louisa, I thought of one thing as I was talking. You had mentioned about keeping the links safe for those by patterns. Unfortunately, because of the way I serve my patterns to people, I use a company called BookFunnel. And the only reason I pay for that service to do it that way is because both Shopify and WordPress have issues serving PDF patterns. And then it also allows me to serve books. If people buy a digital book, like A Garden of Shawls, they can get it so that they can read it on iPad or Kindle or Kobo's e-reader or whatever. And WordPress and Shopify both had issues with that. There were too many people out there, especially when I was originally on WordPress, that told me they couldn't get their downloads. And I mean, I was spending hours every month with people trying to get their downloads to them and things like that. So the way my system works now is it's served through through BookFunnel. You purchase it on my website, and then BookFunnel sends you a link and to download it. You have 14 days to download it. I can, if someone has an issue, say I never got the pattern or that kind of thing, I can see if there's a problem and get it resent to you. But if you've got the link and you can't download it, BookFunnel takes care of it for you. So for me, if you have an issue where you download a pattern and then you can't find it, I give you a one-time shot to resend that pattern to you. But after the second time, if you lose it a second time, you're going to have to repurchase the pattern. It's just too much time for me to go in there and do that. So that's why I did a whole live on pattern pattern organization, because I'm guilty of that too. Those of you who watched my pattern organization, my digital patterns are all out of whack. Although I have been culling through those patterns and getting them organized into different folders and renaming the ones that I need to rename so that I know what they are instead of having to open them up. So, I do that a little bit every week. So that's something I wanted to just make sure everybody understood about why I use BookFunnel, because of the time involved. And I mean, it's me, myself, and I have no team other than I do have someone who does photography for me, but she's in Connecticut, so I have to mail everything to Connecticut for my photos. I have tech editors that we do everything online who tech edit my patterns. And I have a gal who's in Texas who does my layouts for my patterns. I don't do them myself. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And although I could do my own layouts, I would rather spend that time working on projects or new patterns or now video types of things. So that's why I use BookFunnel. I'm willing to pay the fee every year for that. And it's not an inexpensive program. So, but it saves me boatloads of time when it comes to serving patterns and books to my customers. So anybody else have any questions for me before we go? Got about 4 minutes left. My voice is starting to get a little better, it sounds like. And you guys like the sound today, obviously. Again, I've got that new microphone. So did you guys notice any hiccups with my sound at all? You guys gave me a lot of food for thought this week. So I'm going to be working on my plan of attack for my videos. So, and I'll probably, for those of you who are subscribed to my newsletter, you'll probably see a survey coming in September about video. So just so well, there'll probably be other things on there too, but there'll probably be a section just on video. So there you go. Let's see. Halloween and Advent kits. Are you going to do crochet alongs with them? The Halloween kit, no. The Advent kit, I haven't decided yet. Because I have to work with the dyers on these, and there's certain things I can and cannot do right when they're released. So Halloween, I'm not. In fact, if you didn't buy the Halloween kit from Forbidden Fibers, you still can. It's still on our website. I'm going to put it in the comment box. ForbiddenFiberCo.com. If you go to that website, ForbiddenFiberCo.com, and search for Halloween, you'll see that she has 2 Halloween kits. One is for cross stitch, and then one is for knit and crochet. She still has a few kits left. She's trying to sell them off so that she's got a good, roundabout number. So you can still get the kit, but I'm not going to be releasing the pattern to the public until next year. So, and next Halloween. So if you want the pattern now, you're going to have to order the kit. So that's how that's going to work. With the Advent kit, I haven't, with Forbidden Fibers, I did her Harry Potter kit, which I'm still waiting for photography on so I can get that pattern done. That's not going to come out till the end of the year, and I've decided not to release that pattern until sometime in 2022. I don't know the date off the top of my head right now. I have it in a paper planner for right now because I don't have next year's calendar up on the wall yet. So I might do a crochet along with that when I release it, but I don't know for sure. It depends on how everything else that's happening at the beginning of the year goes. And then I have another Advent kit that's coming out. I just finished. That was my last super secret project I couldn't tell you guys about. That one is coming out also at the end of the year. And as soon as she's got pre-sales up and running, I will let you know, but those aren't there yet. That one probably won't be released until sometime later next year. So what I'm decided to do with those kits, because of the way a lot of the dyers are working now, is that I don't want to release the pattern immediately after their kits are out. So I'm pushing them out. Like for Halloween, I'm pushing it out for a year because it's something that is very specific to Halloween. And so it'll probably, I think I'm going to be releasing it in September 2021 so that you can make it for Halloween. So just so you guys know. So from going forward, anytime I do a kit program, you're going to have to wait for the pattern. I'm not going to release it right away. So there you go. Let's see. Karen says, great seeing you. Got to run. I hope if you're still here, Karen, have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you soon. And Gina says, I already have the Halloween kit on pre-order. Can't wait. I am so excited about this pattern. When it is released, I will show you guys the actual sample, because I do have the sample. But I'm just going to show you this is what was in the kit. You won't be able to get it till next year. So there you go. I'm hoping you will do a Thanksgiving, well, not this year, Thanksgiving kit or crochet along. I am doing a crochet along though, guys. I'm going to give you a little heads up in September. I have a new pattern coming out later this month that we are going to do as a crochet along. All the details will be announced around the 24th of August. So be watching for that. And Gina knows what I'm talking about. So there you go. This year I won't be doing a crochet along or a kit for Thanksgiving. In fact, I don't know of any dyers right now off the top of my head that are even doing mystery kits for Thanksgiving. But that's something to think about for next year. So that's a good thought. Okay, guys, it's a little after 10. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my closing remarks, and then I'll come back to chat and say goodbye. But first, for those of you who are watching after the fact, thank you for watching all the way through. I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I am glad you are a part of Team Whooleygan. If you want to learn more about me, don't forget to oops, I did that again. Don't forget to visit my website at KarenWhooley.com. Everything you want to know about me, about my books, my patterns, my classes, and everything else I do is there on KarenWhooley.com. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. The link I'm showing you right here at the bottom is the direct link to a subscribe page. You'll get a free pattern right off the bat. You get 25% off every new released pattern. You'll be the first to know about classes and new books. You'll get discounts on books usually, and anything else that is happening. You get newsletters twice a month, except for July and August. You'll only get one, unless I'm releasing a pattern that month, like I am this month. So you'll get a second newsletter this month. If you are not watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel here at KarenWhooley.com/YouTube. And also make sure you hit the thumbs up and let people know that you've been watching these videos and that you like them. So make sure you do that. You can also follow me on Instagram, and Instagram is usually where I am the most active. I haven't been active on any social media lately because it's been a little crazy here. But after September 4th, probably give me a week, and then I'll probably be okay, and I'll be back on social media a little bit more regularly. If you are not watching this on Rumble, you can check my Rumble channel. My Rumble channel now exceeds the number of followers that I have on YouTube. So Rumble is very popular. If you've never heard of Rumble, you go to my link and you can subscribe to my channel, but you can also create your own account. It's another video streaming platform that is getting more and more popular, but I can't live stream there. So that's why you get the videos after the fact. And then also, if you're not watching on Facebook, make sure you go check out my Facebook page. I'm not as active on Facebook, but I do live stream every week there as well. So I'm going to head back to the comments here really quick. And let's see here. Linda says, hooray, in time for my birthday. Okay, so I'm assuming that's your crochet along you're talking about in time for your birthday. And Gina says she's putting it in her calendar right now. Awesome. I'm glad you're doing that. And then, okay. So how about autumn colors for the entire season? That way we have more time for seasonal projects. Oh, okay. So are you talking about having me do projects that are for an entire season? So, so like maybe in September, I would start promoting patterns that are using yarns that are in autumn colors, and they would go through November. And then maybe in December, I'd start doing some Christmas colors, and that would go through maybe New Year's kind of thing. And then Valentine's Day. Are you talking about that, Linda? Is that what you're thinking? Let me know. Instead of this Thanksgiving specific project. Well, will have a free pattern for you for Thanksgiving. I just haven't started talking about it yet, but I will have a free pattern for you guys at Thanksgiving. So there you go. So anyway, guys, for those of you who are still here, I know a few of you have dropped off, but thank you for watching today. I will be back next week. And I will talk to you next time. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, y'all.